just growing up, graduating, whatever. You just need to find the stability. You just need to like sort of the same culture that is also always accepted, basically. Find that stable job. And I remember trying to make it like my mission to cheat this sort of life and be like, okay, maybe there is that one job out there where would allow me like to be super creative. When it comes to visual art, I do a mixture of graphic design, and I illustrated children's books for a while as well. Now I'm juggling into videography and the content creation and all that.
Nice.
I just, I mean, I have ADHD, so this is just ways of entertaining.
Your creative mind, for
Yeah.
sure. And obviously, you're not only doing this alone, you collaborate with a lot of different artists as well, even as a music artist. Can you take us down a little bit about what music artists and what bands you've been a part of, what projects you've been a part of that have shaped who BECK is now? Welcome back to another episode of The Lost Ones with Jeanine and Luc. We are here today with BECK, a music and visual artist who's been gracing the island with a lot of cool ass work. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna pick BECK's brain a little bit, and we're gonna talk about everything related to music and art. So first and foremost, BECK, how did you get into the creative industry?
So I guess that's something that's always been there. I'm going to say my grandmother for sure. Basically, growing up, I spent a lot of time with her, and she always was that type of person to just make something out of something ordinary. And every single day, like especially in summer and all, we used to create a lot of crafts together, and then that like moved on to designing like doll dresses and all that. In the afternoons, then like we'd just delve into music, and because basically she was a singer when she was younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's sort of the inspiration behind everything, really. Introduced me to music through like, honestly, it started with like church songs, I guess, like, and then just her, like she had this karaoke machine. She used to sing and record herself singing these covers and creating these like little mixtapes, and later on CDs as well, with all these different covers.
Oh, she's ahead of her time. Like, I think this hobby with YouTube is like way taken up, right? But like she's doing this way before this was mainly. That's
like
cool.
Literally, like sort of. Like she used to have them and like go on these tours like around Europe and stuff.
Whoa, she was even touring, like.
No. Like those tours, like the travel tours that you go in like small groups.
Okay.
And then like she just go up to the bus driver and be like, hey, I have this like CD with a lot of different songs that I covered. Do you want to play them for the tour and all?
I mean, that's a great way of saying my songs are international. You know, they were played in a bus
They
in
were
Germany,
played on an
in Prague.
international tour. I mean, like they have been.
Technically. Damn, you had a cool-ass grandma.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what genres did she explore for you then to kind of either go in the same direction or opposite direction?
So, genres are really sort of... So, I started out... She really liked country and liked singing.
Classic
like
Nan
these,
thing, you know?
Like singing all these, like, as well, oldie songs, sort of these evergreen songs as well. And then piano got introduced to my life because my mother was a pianist as well. And when like she was pregnant with me, she continued her studies as well.
Amazing.
Do you think it made a difference? Like it got in?
I mean,
like the sounds, the melodies, the notes.
Possibly.
Which they put the classical music in they put headphones.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they do.
Yes. So I think it might have made a difference.
It seems to have anyway.
I guess so. I ended up playing those pieces then like later on in life because I went to study piano as well. Started a bit earlier than you're supposed to in a way. And then sort of did the whole ballet thing, did some more art classes here and there. But then during primary and secondary school, I started to get that inclined towards drama and music and art and just getting lost in doodling. And it started as something like really simple as well, just to doodle, just to memorize things and sort of have that link going on. Until
Wait, sorry. Huh? Like, how is the doodling for memorizing? Like, I didn't understand it.
I just honestly zone out in whatever the people like were saying or whatever that teacher was saying at the time, and then just like zone out drawing. And it was a weird way of like memorizing for me.
So you're like drawing what they're talking about?
In a way, like sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Because I used to like doodling a lot, but I was not paying attention at all. Like I didn't understand the link with memory. I'm curious. Like the notes are a doodle. Like how did this work?
Honestly, like I would just memorize it, just remember like what was going on or like what was being said. The doodles would really have nothing to do.
Okay, so you had this kind of like through your secondary school. Was it secondary or primary where you were kind of like starting to explore this side of your creative brain when you started realizing maybe the normal, classes and learning isn't really for me and maybe I'm more of a creative individual?
I think it was always there because realistically I've always given the extracurricular sort of as a priority as opposed to anything else. It's probably I have started from like late primary school when you start to understand, okay, what the key sort of subjects are and what society expects you to be sort of from an academic point of view as well. I just started to get an inclination towards other things, basically. And it sort of started from that one question of, okay, what do you want to do when you grow up?
That's always the question. So you obviously, it took a while to be able to kind of break through that reality of, hey, maybe I'm not really meant for this and I'm meant for something else. What's happened when you actually decided to take this decision? What did you have support behind you? Because you said your grandmother obviously was very supportive. She kind of like introduced you into this creative realm. Were your family as supportive? Did you find it hard to really say, you know what, I might not be someone who wants to go into uni and do the normal course or whatever. I want to do more creative stuff in my life?
Well, that was sort of a roller coaster, honestly. So when it came to anything creative, I'd say that music was always there. It was always a first priority. Then I sort of took a break from it when it got a bit too intense or when I just started to overthink certain things there. But I continued going on to sort of second to sixth form, basically. That's when I sort of chose music as an intermediate.
Okay.
So there was that, which was like, okay, considered as an actual sort of grade, basically, an actual class and an actual qualification moving forward and stuff. But the road wasn't easy to sort of go into more creative work. I started actually wanting to go into AI. And this was 10 years ago now, Jesus.
What time flies. AI has been with us for 10 years.
Not really, but I feel like the studying AI.
Yes, for sure. But I'm like, oh my God, has it been that long?
But we had AI way long. This ChatGPT
know, but like
you go on the game and the bots
I
are
want to remember a world without
intelligent.
AI. Fuck AI.
Anyway. Everyone hates on it too much. Listen, if you're listening, I'm on your side. Like I can help with the anti-human takeover or what. But
there are two people in this world.
You have
Luke's
to preserve
and
me.
Literally.
Fair enough.
So where does your opinion on AI stand? Do you actually know? But this is a question where with musicians and artists, it's a very big hate and love thing where you kind of start seeing that some artists love AI because it is a useful tool to get rid of maybe the admin work that's not so creative and stuff like that. But then other artists are very against it. So it is a very 50-50 thing.
So there are, as you said, two types of people. I mean, I've met creatives who, for example, use AI as a tool, right? So let's say they're more comfortable creating poems and creating poetry and then using AI to turn that into song, for example. I mean, I believe that sort of the collaboration and just the human experience, like you need that human touch when it comes to creativity in general. And that sort of just also like creates a very...
Can I add something like, because I was before like saying in different even times like pro AI, for music and art and stuff, I think no. Like I do think it should be used for like clerical type things that no one wants to do.
True.
Today, my friend sent me on Instagram like an album with 8 songs. I'm like, oh, he made an EP. And I'm hearing it and it was all with AI. Like for sure he wrote it. There's like references to people we know, but it's everything AI and it was so obvious. It's like auto-tune times 10. It's like, I can't make the AI voice. Like no actual human can. And it was kind of terrible. So I have to write on some things, you know, like you want to listen to art because someone made it. Like, what the hell am I hearing this random
robot making music
for? Yeah.
In a way, sort of though, to pitch in ideas and to just sell your concept. It does amplify that quality,
definitely.
which is great. And it gets, even if you're trying to get sponsors or something, sort of it helps you visualize. So it's a really good tool as well to
for the clerical, like you said, the clerical stuff where it's kind of more of the back burner kind of thing rather than the main creative up front in people's faces, because I think their AI can get a bit messy, you know. But fair enough, because I understand that there might be that mix of sometimes you need to use it and sometimes you need to know when not to use it. But hey, well, let's get back to Beck, you know. Pick the brain a little bit about AI, always ends up infiltrating into these conversations. It's such a classic. But you obviously then started experimenting with music. You started kind of going into your own little realm and world of, okay, so what can I do? Not only with music, through also visual arts. How did that expand and how did you explore it? And what kind of art have you made so far that you really feel like the world or Malta or just yourself... Malta, or just yourself. Malta, sorry. I've got a couple of people behind the cameras, you know. You think that we really needed. So what was that experimentation for you going into your passion?
So like the journey, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was sort of a roller coaster. It was always so up until probably I was 16, 17, I always thought that life sort of after you just growing up, graduating, whatever, you just need to find the stability. You just need to like sort of the same culture that is also always accepted, basically, find that stable job. And I remember trying to make it like my mission to cheat this sort of life and be like, okay, maybe there is that one job out there where would allow me like to be super creative in any way, shape or form. So the first time that it took sort of that took shape was with that choice of like computer and pure maths and just going to sort of studying AI with the aim to like design websites. I really didn't know what I was saying like at that time, but I realized that I like designing from there just because it was this sort of fun job where you work with visuals basically and you make a living out of it. So I'm great, okay, that could be a great cheat. But then as I continued to study that, I also realized at this time sort of my passion for music just sort of took a back seat, I guess.
Fair.
I realized that it's a very challenging career at the time, and I'd say the environment I was in wasn't so motivating to continue to flourish this particular career. And yeah, so that took like the back seat, and I continued on to study. And then in university, I did the choice to just continue studying arts instead of computing and programming and all. Now at this point, like from the visual side of things, I hadn't gone to proper drawing lessons or just had like an art A level where it would sort of streamline the creative process and all. Instead, I did this diploma course, and then when I went into the course of university, I started to sort of experiment more with all these different assignments, trying to see how I can incorporate music in there as well, and started to create like these little custom tracks for animation assignments that we had. And that then got me back into the
rhythm of it all.
Yes, until I then moved to Cardiff at the time, and I had like this little open bar happening. I found this little open mic happening. It was like a No Wonder Wall open mic.
There's one rule here.
Literally. Just don't play Wonderwall.
Literally, that's or Sweet Caroline, please.
Oh no.
Get out of my bar. Okay, so obviously you found new ways to, express yourself through your academic, right? You were saying you did animation, and through animation you said, okay, I can make tiny jingles for this animation, and through that you started exploring your musical side again.
Yeah.
Did it help you express yourself externally as well as an individual? Did you always feel like, what's the right word? Did you feel like you couldn't express yourself on the outside world and music helped you do that? Or was it the other way around where you were expressing yourself but you needed to channel it into something?
So, good question. I'd say that music is sort of the way that I'll express myself emotionally, and there's like really that emotional channel that sort of lets basically whatever I'm going through at the time. It's been there for multiple times now, just to help me process things basically that happened. I always had a particular anxiety when it came to doing that, just because I think since I came from a classical background, and sort of that by the book background, shaping sort of that liberty into creating your own work and your own songs. That's sort of, when I was like in Cardiff as well, like that's sort of when it started to flourish, and I had like the creative space to just start doing anything.
Like you mentioned this thing about like, so you mentioned the Cardiff, we just glossed over. So, and before the show you were saying, like when you were abroad, you found it like you actually had much more of a creative fire or something. So like how long were you there? What was the difference? Why do you think about this difference in the, like, because before when you said it, I imagined because you were on holiday, and in my head I was like, because on holiday people feel good, but you were just living there. So it's more of actually a fair comparison even from the countries.
I think it's just that idea that you're so small there that no one really cares, whereas here everything I feel is really amplified.
Everyone
and we
knows
just have
you.
Exactly.
And like I can imagine. So it's so nice and liberating to be among strangers in terms of creativity, even even trying to be funny with your friends and stuff. It's so difficult with like people you never met. It's so much easier. Like Joe Diaz who was commenting exactly on this, like one comedian. He makes sure not to be outside before the show, only behind in the green room and stuff. Like as soon as people develop familiarity with an artist, that artist loses so much of their power. And in Malta, we are familiar with all of our artists because they are also friends and family. So it's so hard to take you seriously. When abroad, like you come out of nowhere. You were just this artistic figure. They don't know you and your mom and stuff,
Exactly, especially since the culture here. I'd say, the culture from our previous generation, you would find artists sort of emerging out of places or environments where the arts are not appreciated as much. Like that's still a very small community when it comes to the grand scheme of things, in comparison to the entire population as well. Now I feel like as well it's increasing, but just trying to grow as an artist in an environment which just doesn't support that, like, there's sort of that.
So you felt even there was like more interest in local live music in England than in Malta, like from the audience, or was it similar?
Well,
your average citizen, I guess.
I'm going to say even
in Cardiff, how we don't know all of England. Sorry.
So I'm going to say in Cardiff it was mostly sort of that mental block that got removed, I guess. But I mean, if I had to compare, like, even the gigs that I've done in Malta, I'm going to say even these cute, intimate, like, restaurant gigs, for example, you'd realize that there would be okay, and it's, I mean, it's completely fine, like, completely understandable. But if you'd get, like, your stereotypical Maltese family sort of meet up in a restaurant, they did just be catching up with each other.
They don't give a fuck about the music that's playing.
You're there for the background.
Exactly.
Of course.
But then you'd find, for example, tourists who wouldn't do that, who would come up to you either during your break or, for example, like after the gig, who would just like congratulate you on the set, and who would actually sort of appreciate the music that you're doing.
That surprises me. But I'm also Maltese, so like I'm really like, they're just out for dinner and they were fully engrossed. Like they actually paid attention. It's impressive,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it comes from the background and how we're raised. In Malta, it's something that's we're not raised to appreciate the arts. I really want to say that we are, but we aren't. I mean, we find entertainment in the arts. We love to switch on that TV and watch people competing against each other, to win a grand prize and artists and whatever, which is fantastic because it's giving a platform to artists. It's giving a good opportunity to artists to make some good money, make some music, whatever. But it's used as entertainment supply.
It's like Dance Monkey Dance. Like we don't take them very seriously.
No, we don't. We're there. If someone fucks up, we're laughing at them. If someone does good, wow, that was really good. I'm entertained. My Sunday is very fulfilled. And then after that, we kind of forget about them and we don't really, it's very much like the same with Eurovision, for example. We up these artists and we're like, wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Until they go to the Eurovision, they're representing Malta. It's all entertainment. And then after that, it's kind of like, okay, who's next? So I think we're brought up in a culture that doesn't appreciate the long run of what these artists do, of the process of how many years it takes to make an artist, to make the music, to make an image of an artist. So I feel like to us, if there's somebody singing in a restaurant, it's just like another background noise, just like we put on our TV on I Love MTV and just left it there. It's not an actual appreciation of it. I think abroad, because being a creative and being an artist is deemed as an actual job, same level as an accountant.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
Just observing on the internet, it's worldwide this thing of get a job. Like, it's not only in Malta.
It's not only in Malta, worldwide. But in Malta, it's way worse. Because in Malta, we genuinely cannot
a tighter economy, so it's probably a bit more.
And we can't make a living out of being an artist.
All the time, I see people on the internet in England, America, saying these similar things. So I think it's a global...
But it's more accessible there. In America, you have a bigger chance of being recognized, speaking to the right person, of actually making a bigger gig.
0.01. No,
I'm going to take something...
We only see the big ones. We don't see the 99.
But I'm going to take something completely different. Let's move away from music because obviously music it's very hard to compare. But let's say, for example, modeling in Malta, right? If you get paid to be on a billboard here and you're the face of a billboard, you get paid maybe a couple of hundreds, right? Yeah. Abroad, if you get paid to be on a billboard on a highway, you're getting paid thousands. You're getting paid thousands, and if it's a very good brand and the billboard is staying there for a good half a year to a year, you're getting paid a lot of money, where it can technically you don't even have to work for a couple of months because you're settled with that money. That is the difference. It is more opportunity there for you to get one good job and be set for a year.
I think,
yes, of course. No, the competition is there.
Foreign models and sometimes I don't know if I should say this live, but to be honest, sometimes these models in Malta tajt you are a model. This is a model. I'm not saying in specific, but compared in America, around California, a homeless woman might be the model of Malta. the competition in those places is insane. Have you ever seen a live stream of someone walk down a street there? It's mind-blowing. So obviously they're gonna
fair. We're not but we're not deeming out that competition, but we are deeming in the opportunity that there is. If you have real talent, and I feel like all the artists here have real talent, you know? No, there's no music artists over here making shit music. I'm sure that some people have started off with shit music, but I've never seen an artist do shit music and stay with shit music. I've always seen an artist.
Refinement, honestly.
Definitely. I've always seen the progression. And even if it's not my kind of music, I still appreciate it. I'm like, that took fucking time. That took work. Those lyrics are amazing. Even if it's screamo metal, that might not be my kind of genre, right? I will still appreciate.
Okay. Can I track this on something? Because we have a bit of limited time today. And you wanted before to discuss like mental health and music generally. And I guess you were bringing her to it as well with this, like, how do you express yourself and stuff? So I guess I don't know if it's like too personal to ask, but did you have ever like some struggles, like some depressed period or something? And how did music interact with this? Like,
I have, I think I'd say like two experiences when it comes to creating music. So when it came sometimes I just like go to the piano. The main instruments that I use are either my piano or guitar. It really would depend on the mood. So I don't exactly know how to play guitar. Like I went to a couple of lessons, but I'm not so fluent as I am then on the piano. So the guitar then is sort of this tool which will help me come up with interesting chords and interesting sounds, I'd say. When then it comes to the piano, that's something a bit more structured. So usually the process either would be coming up with these interesting sounds on the guitar and then trying to find them on the piano, seeing what they are, understanding what they are, and seeing where to go from there.
Wow. Is it usually a jingle in your head? Like something like, oh, okay, I got a
But
beat.
doesn't this completely, like, haven't we just curveballed away from the subject of emotion? Which makes me wonder, is this like part of music, right? Like that a lot of people, or not only music, a lot of artists and different artists, like, instead of just actually talk about the issue, it's like, oh, but like this music, I can make all these different sounds and all these different things. So I guess, like, what, for example, do you find most therapeutic about music? Like, finishing a song or like randomly playing it? Because for me, when you mentioned the keyboard, like playing it live and just feeling actually this emotion go through these hands is like great. But then when it comes to actually make a song and complete it, I feel like it's quite distant from how I feel, and it doesn't really help me. So I always found trying to make a song for people didn't help me, but actually just making random sounds was like literally clearing some chakras or something, you know?
I feel like that's sort of the difference between getting music as a service or as a way of self-expression, really. Because when you're creating songs for people, you're essentially like designing
for the market.
For the market, depending on their image.
And the fact that you freelance with all these different arts, like, do you find it advantageous because then you have your income ready and sometimes maybe you can sit there and just make the music you actually want to make?
That's the plan for now, basically. And that's sort of how this sort of career that I'm building, I guess, is being juggled there right now. So I do, when it comes to visual art, I do a mixture of graphic design. I illustrated children's books for a while as well. Now I'm juggling into videography and the content creation and all that.
Nice.
I just, I have ADHD, so this is just ways of entertaining.
Your creative mind, for sure. And obviously, you're not only doing this alone, you collaborate with a lot of different artists as well, even as a music artist. Can you take us down a little bit about what music artists and what bands you've been a part of, what projects you've been a part of that have shaped who BECK is now?
So, I'd say that this current journey probably started around 5-6 years ago now. I have this friend of mine. I mean, we've been together. Probably we've been friends now for like around 12 years. Who's constantly been there, checking up and supporting me, especially in music, because it was something since I didn't have like the environment as well, or the support growing up with that. It was something that I was really insecure about in the beginning and wasn't sure that if I should do or not. And he was constantly there, just pushing me.
What were you insecure about? Like,
just
if people
pursuing
want to
music,
hear
basically.
the music kind of thing.
Yeah. That was always sort of a battle, basically, in my head. But this particular friend kept on pushing me until he approached me for a band. It was this neo soul sort of collective, and this is when I found music which I really started to resonate with as well. Because before that, it was always I always leaned towards pop. But again, I never had that opportunity of being exposed to a lot of different genres. So there was that first band.
This is like soul, so the kind of music you're making is called soul. Because I didn't know how to categorize it, but actually I found it quite nice. Like it reminded me of jazz, I guess, but less old or something. I don't know. It's calm, you know.
Less old jazz.
It's calm.
Soul
Some things
for you.
are like
I
too
like that.
intense for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And your voice is like, wow. Where I was like before the thing researching, I was impressed, really. Like you can tell them. I'm not always telling people. I'm always impressed by people's story, you know, and their life. So it's very interesting. But like, just actually the physics of it, like it's a very soothing voice. Like I was like, wow. Sorry, go on.
I love it. Luc fangirling, my favorite thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're giving us music for free. No, like I mean,
So okay. Wait, I lost my train of thought there.
It's okay. So let's go back to the question, right?
Yes.
It was more about kind of the bands that you've been part of, the projects that you've been part of. Okay, so you had this neo soul band, right? What was the name of this band?
So the name was Julian.
Okay.
It was this. I forget how many we were. We were basically a large collective of very talented musicians, really. And then like we sort of drifted apart from there. But a new band grew out of there as well.
Okay.
One which is more recent. Like it started a year ago now. It's a cover band, and it's called Shady Places. And we sort of have more funk.
With the glasses.
Yeah.
I liked that pun. When I saw the project, I was kind of like, I like it. Amazing. And do you feel like when you do cover bands and when you do bands that write original material, there is a difference in connecting with that music? Or do you feel like it's all kind of the same? Because people do put an emphasis on this. Some people don't like cover bands. Some people love cover bands because they're playing songs that they know and they don't have to sit through songs that they have no idea or they've never heard of before. There's a literal split, I think, in the community as well, right there, with cover bands and original bands. What's your take on that? When do you feel more connected to the music?
I think covers are a great outlet. Just in case, for me, I'd say they're a great outlet if I'm just feeling a particular emotion.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a great way to just communicate that or release that emotion and escaping into someone else's song. But then when it comes to
your own, it's like facing the problem head on, you know?
Yeah. It's there mostly to figure things out, I'd say. When it comes to creating my own music, especially during the times when I was alone, some of the songs which I really liked, I just started like blabbing out like on top of like some chords that I like. No idea what the lyrics mean. And then I just circle back to it, for example, like in 2 weeks' time or something. And that would make
Wait, what
would
is
make
this?
sense.
Like blamming out? No idea what the lyrics mean. Like I didn't understand what
okay.
that means.
So
Like you write them and you don't think what you're like automatic writing.
it's more like, so I'd play them either on a piano or guitar and then just start humming them or just saying like gibberish until the gibberish become
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
It's like it forms slowly, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
It happens sort of simultaneously, basically. It's sort of like that one episode of SpongeBob. So when I forgot if it's Squidward or SpongeBob who gets like this the blank like the rectangle and he
Scroll, okay.
Like he gets the block and he starts shipping it into a sculpture.
That
like you take away the shit.
Okay. It's been a while since I watched SpongeBob.
Yes, those are the words.
Love it. But do you feel that difference as well between when you're actually like you're talking about connecting with your music and obviously it's very hard to connect to the lyrics that you're writing when it's so personal, it's so deep, and you know it's gonna bring out some shit. You know you might shed a tear, and it's facing your issues. And I feel like as creatives, that's how we face our issues through our art. Do you feel that difference then when you're at home writing it and just recording it? And then when you're on a stage playing it live to people, is it harder to connect or easier to connect? Is it more scary in that moment?
I'd say probably it's easier because, I mean, when it comes to performing, especially originals, I do get lost in my own world and I just ignore the audience completely. And it's just me hoping for the best, like not caring at all and just going for it. Which is one of the bravest things I think I got myself to do. And this is something very recent as well, I'd say. I mean, the most recent now is the 141 event that happened like last September now.
Represent. Sorry.
Had to.
little plug in there.
But anyway, it was thanks to that event, honestly, that really got me there and it really got me to start creating things which are which I actually enjoy, because I'd say that I'm a very harsh critic when it comes to my own music. Everyone is,
But you created something honest, you created something raw, and you basically put your heart and soul on a platter and fucking served it to strangers.
Yeah.
Which is very, very hard to do. It's very ballsy, but it is very hard to do. And did that affect the way that you look at yourself as an artist, or the way that you kind of connect when you actually are writing, knowing that at some point I'm going to have to sing this in front of people, I'm going to have to perform this in front of people? Do you ever feel like it's held you back, or it's taken a toll on your mental side when it goes to, fuck, I'm writing some real honest shit here that maybe I shouldn't be writing?
Yeah, I'd say that was the biggest challenge, honestly, from the start. I mean, writing songs for fun has been a process that I've been doing, I'd say, since I was like 8 or 9 years old. And I have this like little Hannah Montana notebook filled with different songs and lyrics. But it was always sort of a joke in my head, being like, okay, I'll never share these, because if I share these, that person will know what it's about, and like they'll know exactly what's of that type of...
When you go to write something, it feels really different when you write it and you have it in your head planned that you're never going to show anyone. Somehow it's like, this is when the genius come, but then if you need to show it to people, you have to censor this, you have to censor that. You're like, how are they going to interpret, etc.
But I feel like this is getting us back to that other conversation that we had. That happens in Malta.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
So when you went abroad, that must have all fucking fallen down, where you were like, no one knows who I'm talking about. If I reference a James in my song, no one knows who James is. I can use his real name and no one will give a fuck. Like, obviously, if you're putting those things online, it's still gonna travel. But when you're just performing a raw and honest performance in an open mic, you know that nobody there is going to know if it's fiction or real.
Yeah.
You know? How was it when you came back? Because that must have been the tough part. Because I can imagine, like you said, it was breaking these chains of going there, having that mental block released and creating. And now you're back in Malta I want to say full-time. Are you full-time back?
Yes. I mean, this was a while back. So
there you
I've
go.
been on the island. I had attempted to move to Scotland in the meantime as well. I came back.
A lot of things. But you came back, obviously. How was coming back to that reality where you broke free, you felt that freedom, and then you're back into the space of, I need to kind of censor myself with certain things. How was that for you as an artist?
It took a while, it took a while for that anxiety to come back, basically. In the beginning, I'd say I was still lost in sort of my own world, doing my things. But then time started to pass by, the country sort of creeps back on you and it just shapes you. Back to, in a way, your old self for a while. From there, there was sort of that element of growth where I had to also see what type of style I'm into when it comes to writing and what my identity as an artist is. And there was a time where I got so lost in overthinking this that I forgot to do the thing that, I'm supposed to do, which is create.
And just create and not care about who's going to hear it, who's going to say what, who's going to think what, but create an honest and raw version of what I have inside.
Yep.
Wow.
And right now we're just going through that process, I guess, and just enjoying it, really.
Fuck yes. So what's next for BECK? What are you working on now? What can people look out for? Because now we've understood a bit about the story, about the process that you also go through when you're writing this music and creating. But what's the next project? What are you trying to create now?
Well, right now I'm working, it's been a work in progress for a while now, but I'm working on a little EP. I have a first song basically coming out at the end of this month. Also a love song.
Ooh.
So quite on theme.
It's coming this month.
Yes.
Well, just tell the date.
Valentine's.
22nd February.
And now week from when this...
wow,
nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
who is it coming in Peach Talk? How do people find it? Like, tell me how to find it. Too.
Under my artist name,
which is BECK's, BECK or BECK's?
Just BECK. That's
actually, the problem is, because I had to stay east going through the 141 and looking through links because the one issue with BECK, it's a nice name, but when you search for it, it's so unspecific. It's so hard to. Maybe we can link it in the
criticizing the artist name now. Change the name.
No, I'm saying because someone should tell you because it's hard to find. You would want to find it, and it's hard,
that name was such an. I hate long names in general, so I never really liked my full name. So trying to find an artist name was another overthinking process, but now we've settled on this and we're just not looking back.
It's
probably BECK Malta will do or some. I'll try again.
BECK from Malta. Sorry,
I didn't like it. I said it wrong.
Exactly, on purpose, just to see Funky's face. Okay, but amazing. Okay, so you have this new release coming, which is going to be a very exciting one. Are you excited for it? Are you nervous for it?
I am really excited. I'm nervous. It's a mixture of everything, really. I really love this song, and it has a special meaning in my life, honestly. From the moment I wrote it to the moment that it was produced and all. So I'm really excited, and it's sort of the closest, I'd say, of representing me, which is writing sad love songs most of the time.
Hell yes. I love it.
Wait, sorry. Peach Talk, it was the wrong band, no?
Yes, it was.
Because with Zach as well.
Catch up,
That's right. You meant to tell me. No one told me.
Well, yeah, but I kind of felt bad. My face just kind of went... I would just let him finish.
It took me 2 minutes to figure out sort of. Well, yeah, that's just to find it, But that's my mind, probably. I have a disorganized mind. I can't say it's a disorganized
One day we'll sit down and we'll file it, okay? We'll file it, color code it.
I would give you so much.
Today's theme will be
you can have my car if you manage.
Mamma mia. Okay, so we got the new release of BECK. We've got Luc's Unorganized Mind. And also the last thing that I do want to kind of touch up on is besides this new release, you also have kind of like a collaborative thing going with, you know, a couple of other bands too.
Yes.
Oh, she seems like, should I be talking about this? Should I be talking about this? I'm talking about the release.
Wait, what?
Is that how you say it?
Yes, that one. Yes, I mean it's released now.
It's released.
Yes,
there we go.
So
okay, so let's go back. Let's trace back.
It's there we go.
All right, let's explore this record a little bit. All right, so this is a collaboration of a lot of different amazing Maltese artists with 4 different record labels. This is something I love about Malta. You know, usually abroad you get record labels fighting against each other, and here you get them collaborating. We've got 1for1 Records, Keun Records, ISO Records, and Ultra Low Records.
So I sang on this.
You want it? It's yours.
Oh, wow.
It's my property now.
Well, not to take home. It's not
I know, I'm trying to do a show and tell at the
I love it.
Yeah, so I sang on this. I also designed the cover, basically, and the stickers on it. So that's a little fun fact. Yeah, so there's one song with, one with Julio, basically, the previous band. And apart from that, I also designed, the cover basically for the entire.
What was the concept behind this? Because obviously it's not just you; it's you with a bunch of different artists too.
Honestly, it was trying to get all like a lot of Maltese things basically, and the Maltese elements, and that element of like. Sort of traveling and all. There's a little
the color reminds me of the Calleja as well. Like you use the Calleja color. It's really smart. Like
in fact, there's
must have been very
here.
There we go. It must have been very interesting being able to collaborate on a project like this. It's bringing together a bunch of different Maltese artists and placing them in one place.
Yes, and I wanted to sort of do that as well by getting these old stickers that you'd find on wardrobes from like 1970s or like 80s, basically the ones that you have. Yes, exactly, those ones. Those sort of inspired the stickers, which are inspired by the names of the songs as well. Yeah, so these here, these are all. Oh my god, wait, yeah, it's 2 songs actually that I'm on, not one. There's also Hamira.
Okay, so let's just give a quick rundown about the artists that are here. We've got Kim Pepe, we've got B Squeeze, we've got Julio, we've got Lisa Jane, The Arola Treat, Jean Aquilina, we've got Funky Monkey, JG, Oxygen, Semplicemente 3, Zach Walters, Clips and BECK. Wow. Briccuni, we've got obviously 1for1 Records, we've got Dalam, we've got Barbershop Orchestra, guys. This is a new one. I haven't even heard of it. No,
that's the song, Dalam, I think, no.
Oh, yes? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, is Barbershop Orchestra a new orchestra I haven't heard about? There we go. Okay,
Can we in the outro, we put the song of Good. Is it gonna get copyright striked automatically, or since you have it?
So you'll be hearing these songs.
Could be cool. Yeah. I don't know. It depends what the people decide to do, but I think it would be cool. Like.
But we've got Dalam, we've got Funky Monkey, we've got Michael Azzopardi and Aidan Summers. This is one hell of an album right here.
Yeah,
wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Talasel.
It's crazy to think like
everyone. Yeah, that's all
of those artists and just in the
And you're a part of that. You're a part of a community and a project that really celebrates just this, making raw and honest music and presenting it to the world in whatever way they can.
Yeah.
Insane. Thank you so much, Beck, for sitting down with us, letting us pick your brain, going through the chaos of the lost ones and the last few brain cells we have by the end of the day when we're recording this. But this has been amazing, and especially being able to see work and what you've experienced and how you grew up and how that's, gotten into fruition into something as physical as this. A vinyl that will live on way past our times. So if anyone wants to celebrate and support local artists, albums like this are exactly, what
the way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
The way to do it, because that's the thing with everyone says like oh, your music is so good, like I told you, but and then they never pay you to do it. They're like, you should keep going, but on your own dime, you know. So if you feel like
I ain't spending
these
a dime
people
on
should
you.
keep going, and you actually want to put your money where your mouth is,
Put your money where your mouth is.
I have an excuse. I'm unemployed. Like, what's yours? You know, you're making money.
Luke,
you know, you could help.
2026.
Straight up.
Taiba, Luke, I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love
It was wonderful.
Well, thank you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
has
really
been
loved it.
BECK.